Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into EMS and how it could be an alternative to traditional exercise.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah, it is. Lots of people are asking about it.
Mhm.
So to help us break down the science, we have our expert here
Happy to be here.
who can always make even the most complex research seem crystal clear.
Well, I try.
So we're going to be focusing on a study from Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine in Japan.
Okay.
And researchers there were looking at something called belt electroskeletal muscle electrical stimulation.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
EMS for sure.
EMS much easier.
Yeah.
And how it could potentially help people be more active, especially those who maybe can't exercise regularly.
Right.
And the interesting thing is the study suggests that EMS could mimic moderate intensity exercise.
Yeah, that's right. And what's especially interesting about this is this type of EMS differs from some of the traditional methods we've seen.
Okay.
It uses a belt electrode, so it actually covers a larger area,
Okay.
making it more comfortable and potentially more effective at causing these muscle contractions.
Okay, so spreading the stimulation out would make it feel less intense.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So who participated in this study?
They had 17 healthy adults,
Okay.
both men and women with an average age of 35.
Okay, so a nice mix.
Yeah, a good mix to help us really understand how this might affect different people.
Yeah, makes it more relatable.
Yes,
Can you walk us through how they actually set up the study?
absolutely. So the participants wore EMS belts
Okay.
around their waist, their thighs, and their calves.
Okay.
And the researchers used something called metabolic mode,
Okay.
which is a low-frequency stimulation to measure their energy expenditure
Okay.
at different intensity levels.
Got it.
So weak, normal, and the maximum that they could tolerate.
So they were gradually increasing the intensity to
Yeah.
see how their body responded.
Yes.
What did they find?
So the results are pretty fascinating.
Okay.
At the weak intensity, participants extended energy at a rate of 2.0 meets,
Okay.
which is comparable to light activity, like, leisurely strolls.
Okay. Not bad for essentially just wearing a belt.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they bumped it up to the normal intensity,
Okay.
and energy expenditure went up to 2.7 meets.
Okay.
Now we're approaching moderate activity levels. We're thinking brisk walking,
Getting
gardening.
closer to a real workout.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. At the maximum intensity, they hit 5.0 meets.
5.0 meets. That's like a real workout.
It is, and reaching that 5.0 meets mark is significant because it really means that EMS could be a viable substitute for moderate intensity exercise
Wow.
for those who can't engage in those activities.
So we're talking about a potential game changer, especially for people who can't do traditional exercise. So like imagine somebody who's recovering from an injury or has mobility limitations.
Absolutely.
This could give them a way to stay active and maintain their physical well-being right at home.
Precisely. And it goes beyond, just maintaining their current fitness levels.
Right.
Think about older adults who might be at risk of losing muscle mass and bone density.
Mm-hmm.
EMS could offer a way to combat that,
Yeah, huh.
potentially improving their balance and reducing risk of falls.
That would have a huge impact on their quality of life.
It would.
Were there any other findings that really stood out to you?
Absolutely. Aside from the METs, the study also found that oxygen uptake significantly increased at that maximum intensity level.
Okay.
We're talking about going from 256.5 millilm at rest all the way up to 1209.8 millilm during EMS.
Wow.
So this further supports the idea that EMS is prompting a real physiological response.
So their bodies are working harder, even though they aren't physically moving.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And what's really encouraging is that the study concluded that this belt electrode EMS is comfortable and safe.
Okay, good.
That larger belt design, it helps spread that electrical current, more evenly reducing discomfort.
That's really good to hear because I think discomfort is one of the things that people often associate with EMS.
For sure. And, if it's not comfortable, people aren't going to use it,
No, absolutely not.
regardless of the benefits.
Right. So comfort and ease of use are crucial for any technology that aims to improve our well-being.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm really curious about this metabolic mode that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit more about how it works and why it seems to be so effective?
Sure. Metabolic mode uses specific frequencies of electrical stimulation to mimic the energy pathways that are activated during exercise.
Okay.
So think of it this way. When you exercise, your muscles demand more energy, right?
Right.
Metabolic mode, EMS, essentially tricks your muscles into thinking they're working out.
Okay.
This leads to increased calorie burn and oxygen consumption, just like you'd experience during a traditional workout.
So it's essentially hacking the body's natural response to exercise.
It is.
That's really fascinating.
It is, and it's this ability to target those specific metabolic pathways that makes it so potentially effective for improving things like cardiovascular health, and metabolic function.
This research really opens up some exciting possibilities. We've covered a lot of ground already.
We have.
But I'm eager to hear your thoughts on the bigger picture.
Okay.
What does this research mean for the future of fitness?
Oh, that's a great question, and one that I think we'll continue to explore as we delve further into this deep dive.
Okay.
However, even at this stage, it's clear that technology like EMS has the potential to change how we approach fitness,
Mm-hmm.
especially for individuals who face barriers to traditional exercise.
Right.
This study is just a glimpse into what might be possible.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening who's eager to learn more,
Yes.
we'll be diving deeper into the potential implications
Okay.
and some exciting future applications in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah, good to be back.
We're continuing our exploration into EMS and its potential to revolutionize how we think about fitness.
It's pretty remarkable stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
But before we jump back into that Kyoto Prefectural University study, I wanted to get your perspective on something.
Sure.
We've been discussing all these amazing potential benefits of
Right.
EMS, but, it's still relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we at with the research and what do we still need to learn?
Well, that's a great question, and you're right. While the research we've discussed is incredibly exciting, it's really just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
We need more studies, particularly long-term studies, to really understand the potential benefits and risks.
What specific areas do you think need further investigation?
Well, one area that I think about a lot is individualization.
Okay.
We've talked about how EMS could be a game changer for various populations, but we need to figure out how to personalize the technology.
Okay.
What works for a healthy 35-year-old might be very different for what's appropriate for an older adult or someone with a specific health condition.
Yeah, like a one-size-fits-all approach isn't going to work.
Exactly. We need to understand how things like age, fitness level, underlying health conditions, even individual muscle composition,
Wow.
can influence the effectiveness and safety of EMS.
Okay.
So more research in these areas is going to help tailor EMS protocols for different users.
That makes a lot of sense. Are there any other areas where you see gaps in our knowledge about EMS?
Yeah, another area that needs further exploration is the long-term impact of EMS on muscle and bone health.
Okay.
While initial studies are promising, we need more data to understand how consistent EMS use over months or even years might affect muscle growth, bone density, and overall musculoskeletal health.
Yeah, it's like with any new technology, we get really excited about the immediate possibilities,
Right?
but we need to also be mindful of the potential long-term consequences.
Yeah, for sure.
Both good and bad.
Exactly. We need to balance enthusiasm with cautious optimism
Right.
and a commitment to rigorous scientific inquiry.
I completely agree. So to bring it back to the Kyoto study, we were discussing how this belt electrode EMS seems to be more comfortable
Yes.
than traditional EMS methods. Why is that such a big deal?
Well, comfort is crucial for adherence. Imagine you have a fantastic new workout routine,
Yeah,
but it's incredibly uncomfortable.
right.
Are you likely to stick with it?
Probably not. I know I wouldn't.
Exactly. And the same principle applies to EMS. If it's uncomfortable, people simply won't use it,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the benefits.
Right.
So the fact that this belt electrode design seems to improve comfort could be a game changer
Yeah.
in terms of making EMS more accessible and appealing to a wider audience.
Yeah, it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how well it integrates into people's lives.
Absolutely.
Speaking of integration, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the potential for EMS to become like a mainstream part of how people approach fitness.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question. I think EMS has the potential to become a valuable tool in the fitness world,
Okay.
but it's unlikely to fully replace traditional exercise.
I'm interested to know why you think that.
Well, traditional exercise offers a whole range of benefits that go beyond just physical fitness.
Okay.
Think about the mental and emotional benefits of getting outdoors for a run,
Right.
or the social interaction of a group fitness class, or the sense of accomplishment from completing a challenging hike.
Yeah.
These are aspects that EMS, at least in its current form, can't fully replicate.
Yeah, it's about the whole experience,
It is.
not just the physical exertion.
Exactly. However, I see EMS as a complementary tool,
Okay.
something that can enhance and support people's fitness journeys.
Right.
For example, it could be a great option for days when you can't make it to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
a way to target specific muscle groups that need extra attention,
Okay.
or a tool to help people stay active during recovery from an injury.
Yeah, I like that perspective. It's about integrating EFS into a holistic approach to fitness.
Precisely. And as the technology continues to evolve, I think we'll see even more creative and innovative ways to use EMS
Yeah.
to help people achieve their fitness goals.
It really seems like the possibilities are kind of endless.
They are.
Before we move on, I want to touch on something we mentioned earlier, the potential for EMS to be a valuable tool for older adults.
Absolutely. As we age, maintaining muscle mass and strength becomes crucial for overall health and independence.
Right.
Traditional exercise can be challenging for some older adults due to joint pain, balance issues, or other limitations.
Mm-hmm.
EMS could offer a gentler, more accessible way to engage muscles and promote strength gains.
It's almost like giving people back a sense of control
It is.
over their physical abilities as they age.
That's a great way to put it. And it's not just about physical strength. Studies have shown that EMS can improve balance and coordination in older adults,
Okay.
which can help reduce the risk of falls and maintain independence.
Yeah, that could be life-changing for so many people.
It could,
We've been talking a lot about the physical benefits.
right?
Are there any potential, like, mental or emotional benefits associated with EMS?
That's an area that's beginning to be explored more, and the initial findings are really intriguing.
Okay.
Some studies suggest that EMS might have mood-boosting effects.
Interesting.
Remember those endorphins we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, it seems that the electrical stimulations from EMS might trigger the release of endorphins,
Okay.
leading to feelings of well-being and reduced stress.
So it's not just about stronger muscles.
No.
It's about feeling better overall.
That's the idea. Of course, more research is needed in this area,
Right.
but the initial findings are encouraging.
Yeah. Imagine a technology that could not only improve your physical function, but also contribute to a more positive mental state.
It's a powerful combination.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the interconnectedness of like our physical and mental well-being.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the one key message you want our listeners to take away?
I think the most important takeaway is this. EMS is a fascinating and evolving technology with enormous potential.
Okay.
It's not a magic bullet,
Right.
but it's a tool that when used responsibly and in conjunction with other healthy habits could significantly impact how we approach fitness and overall well-being.
Mm-hmm.
The research is ongoing. We're learning more every day.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time to be following this field.
I couldn't agree more. And for our listeners, we'll be diving into some potential ethical considerations
Okay.
and future applications of EMS in the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've explored the really exciting potential of EMS, but like with any powerful technology, it's really important to consider the ethical implications.
Oh, absolutely. We need to approach these kinds of advancements with a balanced perspective,
Yeah.
acknowledging both the potential benefits and the possible challenges they present.
So what are some of the ethical considerations that come to mind? When we're talking about a technology like EMS that could, significantly impact how we approach fitness.
Well, one area that often sparks a lot of debate is this whole concept of enhancement versus treatment.
Okay.
EMS has clear therapeutic applications for rehab
Right.
and helping people with mobility limitations.
Mm-hmm.
However, as the technology evolves, the lines can get a little blurry.
Okay.
For example, what happens when athletes start using EMS
Yeah.
to gain a competitive advantage, or when individuals use it to achieve, a certain aesthetic ideal
Right.
that might not be attainable through traditional exercise alone?
Right.
These scenarios raise questions about fairness, authenticity, and the potential for pressure to conform to certain standards.
Yeah, it's almost like we're venturing into science fiction territory.
It is a little bit.
But these are real issues that we need to think about as this technology becomes more sophisticated.
Exactly. And it's not just about individual choices either. There are societal implications to consider as well.
Okay.
Imagine a future where EMS becomes so effective and so accessible
Yeah.
that it essentially replaces the need for gyms and fitness centers.
Wow.
What happens to the social aspect of exercise?
Yeah.
What happens to the jobs and the communities that are built around traditional fitness? These are all questions that we need to grapple with.
It seems like EMS could disrupt not just individual habits, but
Right.
like whole industries and social structures.
It's definitely a possibility, and it really underscores the importance of having these proactive discussions
Right.
and creating ethical frameworks to guide the development and implementation of this technology.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that EMS is used in a way that benefits society as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
not just a select few.
So we've talked about some of the potential challenges,
Right.
but what about the positive impact that EMS could have on society?
Sure.
What are some of the potential upsides that you're excited about?
One area where I see tremendous potential is in healthcare. EMS could completely revolutionize rehabilitation, helping people recover from injuries and regain function more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine stroke patients regaining mobility faster,
Wow, yeah.
or individuals with spinal cord injuries being able to engage their muscles in ways that were previously unimaginable.
Yeah.
These are just a few examples of how EMS could truly improve lives
Right.
and transform healthcare.
It seems like it could play a role in preventive health as well.
Absolutely. We've talked about how EMS can help maintain muscle mass and strength as we age.
Right.
This could have a huge impact on reducing falls, improving mobility, and enhancing overall quality of life for older adults.
Yeah.
By helping people stay active and healthy for longer, EMS could also potentially reduce healthcare costs and lessen the burden on caregivers.
Wow, it's like a paradigm shift in how we think about aging.
It really is, and it's not just about older adults either.
Okay.
EMS could also be really valuable for promoting physical activity
Mm-hmm.
among people who are currently sedentary or who struggle with traditional exercise.
Right.
So by making exercise more accessible and less intimidating,
Yeah.
EMS could help address this growing global issue of physical inactivity.
I like that perspective. It's about using technology to empower people to take control of their own health.
Exactly, and I think that's where the real magic lies.
Yeah.
EMS is just a tool,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a tool that has the potential to unlock incredible possibilities.
Right.
It's really up to us to use it wisely and responsible.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of EMS, what's the one message you hope our listeners take away from this conversation?
The future of fitness is dynamic and evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Technologies like EMS are really pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
Yeah.
offering new and exciting ways to enhance physical well-being.
Right.
It's crucial that we approach these advancements with curiosity,
Yes.
critical thinking, and a commitment to these ethical considerations.
Absolutely.
The journey ahead is full of exciting possibilities.
Yeah.
And it's really up to all of us to shape the future of fitness in a way that benefits individuals and society as a whole.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. It's been a really fascinating and thought-provoking conversation.
Well, thank you for having me.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.
Yes.
We hope you found this exploration of EMS informative and engaging.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.